now. Yep, live on my end as well.
All right, great. Let me do a quick tweet here. Close that.
Cool.
So,
Keep in mind,
I'm just trying to check to see if you're live on my YouTube.
oh yeah, let's check the,
Yep, you're good.
you, yep, okay, cool.
All right, we're live, Andrew, for session
Okay.
number 2 of what is this called? Collab stream collaboration.
Yeah, Livadoros, coding
Livadoros.
Livadoros.
All right, so to this session, I'd like to refactor. I'm not adding any new features. I want to refactor the time range branch that we worked on last time because I finished its feature complete. I can give a quick demo of that and then just clean up the code. It's really ugly. The component's like 700 lines long, so I got to split it out. And should be fun. Just a nice exercise. And yeah, then I can finally merge that branch and we can start using the feature.
Excellent. All right, and that feature is, for all those who don't know, the ability to schedule or set like a time range across different dates that you could potentially do something with your Peapod.
That's right.
And I'm in eager anticipation, so this will be good.
We got an early adopter. So what are you up to, Andrew, this session?
So this session, I've completed my gradient visualization for my NLP deep learning model. And I just want to see if it's going to show a similar kind of result on my GPU as it does on just my laptop CPU. And in order to set things up right, so we can do really detailed testing, I want to get my VS Code debugger to be able to work over SSH, so I could throw breakpoints up in the middle of my GPU desktop deep learning rigs training. So that's going to be my plan, is setting up that breakpointing today with the VS Code debugger.
Nice. All right, good luck. So let's do 25 minutes and then check in.
Cool. Yeah, I'll see you at, what's
let's
that,
do 20.
30?
Want to do 27 minutes just to make it easy?
Yeah, sure. So what is that, 45?
Yeah, 7:45.
All right.
See you then.
See you then.
Good luck. Okay, so Andrew's off doing his stuff. And let's get some music going. Alright, so for those of you that missed our last stream, I was finishing up this time range option feature. So now when you create a pod, you have this time option. You can either use the event time. 1 second. Sorry, just setting up my phone there. So you can use the event time, which just defaults to the start and end time of the event that the pod is parented to. You can enable this planning mode, or you can do a custom time range. So basically a subset of the event time. So when you do enable planning, let's actually do a new one to demonstrate the feature for people that don't know what's going on here. So I'm going to go over here and create a new event. And we're going to call this beers and ideas, because this is something that I actually want to use it for. I don't know. So search for Hangout. Oh, geez, not Google Hangout. Beers, bar. I don't know what to search for. Beers and ideas. There we go. So we're going to not crop that. I need a little loader there. So there's community. Let's hang out. And I have to fix this in another branch. So the location is now optional. You can make this a virtual event and just put a link to like a Zoom or Jitsi or whatever. So I'm going to create that event. You got to fix that too. That shouldn't pop up. Oh, another thing is it should like have a pop-up asking you, showing you the event you just created. But for now, I'm just going to go to my profile. Go to my pods, and not test event. That's the one I was just working on. Let me scroll down here. Oh, why is it so laggy? So I'm going to select beers and ideas, copy that URL, and I'm going to edit the pod now to be in planning mode. So instead of using the event time, we're going to enable planning, and I'm just going to put some time ranges that work for me. So let's see, maybe Thursday 6 to 8:30, and Friday as well. That'll start us off. So you can see here I am, and then there's my availability. So I'm going to save that, and we're going to come back over to the Brave browser, where I'm logged in as a different user, and I'm going to look at that event and join the pod because I want to go to Beers and Ideas. Now when I click join pod, because it's in the planning state, I have to give my availability. So I can check here, or check here, or I can add more options. So I'm going to say I'm also available Friday or Saturday 6 to 8:30. Okay. And actually I have to render myself here. That's a bug. Anyways. Also I can say that I'm either available, maybe available, or I'm unavailable. So I can give as much information as possible that way. So I definitely can't make 6 to 8:30, but I'm going to join the pod with this one and this one set. Okay? And then I'm going to take the same URL, make sure that goes through. Very good. And then I'm going to go to Firefox, do the same thing. I just want a nice little test case here as I refactor and make sure I don't break anything. So now I'm going to join the pod as Firefox, and I'm going to say this is also available. Next week I'm available on Sunday, so, 2 to 4:30. Why not? And I am maybe available on this day, so I'm going to join there. Okay. Actually, that is... Should I fix that first or refactor first? Let's refactor, then fix that. Like I just noticed when you hit join pod, oh, hold on. It's because you're like when you're first joining, you're not a member. Because if I go back to Chrome, I have to approve the membership, right? So I have some notification here. Brave requested to join your pod, accept. Firefox requested to join your pod, accept. So now if I go back to Brave, it says like, Mike approved your pod request for Beers and Ideas. So, let me refresh that. Yeah, so here's the pod with all three of us. So if I edit pod now, you can see everyone's availability, right? It's kind of messy right now. So let's refactor this first, and then we're gonna fix that. Let me go back to my Joplin. Join pod. First time missing my avatar. That's a small little bug you can fix pretty easily. Anyways, so this is the current state. So this gets a star because this has 3 people available. But if I, for example, like who am I now? I'm the Brave browser. If I joined this one, if I change this one to available, no, it's only 2 people. Anyways, that's how the feature works. You get it. So over time, the pod creator can see all the people that are invited, what time works best for everyone, and then they can set the time. So let's go back to the code because it's a mess right now. We got to clean it up. First, let's actually see what we're dealing with here. It's a giant component. 700 lines of code. Good lord. But a lot of this is because there's just a lot of components in this file. So we're actually going to make this a folder. So we're going to come over here. P time range selector. And we're going to drag this stuff in. These two. Actually, can I just drag them? Oh my gosh, lots of components. Put them in here. and then rename this to index.js. So that's the first thing we're gonna do. Let me commit that. Okay, just a rename essentially. This music is too intense right now. I need to restart, I believe. Reloading does not like file changes. Move P time range selector into folder. Can't resolve P avatar. Oh, I have to change the change this stuff here, right? Let's try that. All right, that should do it. Okay, looks like it's still working. That was step 1. Commit that. All right, so now what we want to do is split out. First of all, we don't need to do this. Let's get rid of some comments. All right, so what's the first thing we're going to pull out? I think render checkbox. Where is this called? Okay, so we're just gonna call this checkbox. So let's do that. Let's pull this out. I think that's all of it. Oh shit. I have to call this something else. Time range checkbox. Okay. And it needs 4 components, I believe. Okay. Basically just these. Whoa, VS Code, what's going on? It just froze. Not good. I don't think we need the box or grid or this or any of the Lodash stuff. That should be good. Let's do this. ESLint disable line goes to empty string, and so does next line. Okay. Use styles. Oh, I think, who else was using this? Time range selector. The time range selector. Why was it using this? Wait, huh? Which class is being used? Container. Oh geez, okay. Let's split that up then. My gosh, this is such a giant. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of that, get rid of that. So we want the use styles. Here. But we don't want container. Make styles, we're missing that. Here we just want container. We don't need theme. So let's go over here and take make styles. Put that in here. And then what else? So let's say this. It's going to complain about prop types. This does not need any of these React stuff. Okay. I think that's good. So where were we using checkbox? Render checkbox. So now this is just going to be time range checkbox. And it's going to say is checked. Is day checked. Is indeterminate. Is day indeterminate. Value day on change is toggle day. All right, and there's somewhere else we're doing that. Here. Time range checkbox. Is maybe is set to is maybe is unavailable is set to is unavailable, and then is checked is set to has time range value is time range, and then on change is toggle time range. Okay, I think that's good. Time range checkbox. Oh. There's that. Cool. So let's do prop types now. Fix that first one. This is pretty much it, folks. It's prop types.bool. Prop types.bool. Prop types.bool. types dot bool prop types dot func is required. Yep. Value prop types dot string. Let's just go grab them again. Is checked, false. Is indeterminate, false. Is maybe false. Is unavailable, false. On change is required, and value is required. Okay. Wait. I think he doesn't like the syntax I had. Time range checkbox, like that. Let's try that. Okay. Oh, typo. Looks good. One down. How much more time do we have? 7 minutes? Maybe we can get another one in before we sync with Andrew. Should probably commit that. What's this complaining about? Missing file extension. Oh, okay. Unexpected file extension. What? Weird. Okay, I think that was the first one. Let's do a quick look at the code. I love seeing red so much. We should memoize this too, huh? Actually, no. Let me think. Is checked, is indeterminate. You don't want to... Optimization, I think. Okay. Now let's see if we didn't break anything. Our actual component. Looks like it's still working. Can I check stuff? Whoa, why is it so laggy though? Is it because we're memoizing? Why is it so laggy? Shit. That's weird. I feel like the whole site is laggy right now for some reason. Yeah, well, why is this? Well, we'll do another a performance pass after the refactor. I'm not sure why this is so laggy. Yeah, let's forget about memo. Let's forget about optimizations. Again, you don't do two things at once, right? We're refactoring now, keeping the logic identical. And then we'll do a performance pass. So this is good for now. Let's commit this. So pull out was a time range checkbox. Let's just do this. Minor refactor. We're gonna have a lot of minor refactor commits. Okay, commit that. Let's do another one. So this is how we do it. P time range selector. First of all, let's get rid of some of these comments. Oh, date agenda, that's the next one. Well, can both of these, is day checked? Is day checked is indeterminate. Toggle time range has time. Like both of these. No, these should be separate. So we'll do a date agenda. Date agenda. And then we'll do another one for the time agenda. Let's do date agenda first. Let's just see how this goes. So you know the deal. Let's pull this sucker out. Paste that in there. And I think it likes this syntax. Const date agenda equals this. Right? And then we're going to export default date agenda. And we need to pull in some stuff. Let's see, what are we pulling in? We're pulling in time range checkbox and is day checked, toggle day. Okay, a bunch of stuff. So where's is day checked? Toggle day. Is day checked. Is day checked. So here. Oh boy, but here we go. This is gonna be a mess. We're gonna have to pull in the shit. We're gonna have to pull in the day map. So maybe the date agenda needs to take the day map. Let me think. Well, we have 2 minutes, so I have to talk to Andrew. But let me, yeah, you see the problem? This is why it's not good to have one 800-line file, because now it's all interlinked. Because is day checked relies on this day map, and that's being set. Time agenda. Let me think about this for a second. Check best option, because the time agenda, yeah, this is messed up. Time agenda needs okay, so we're gonna have to do some dependency injection. So this component is going to be like all the logic, the hooks, and then it's going to call into these date agenda. So it has to do like this, right? We're going to have to do something like this. Date agenda is a function that takes in its dependencies, like day map is day checked, etc. Right? And then it returns a component. So date agenda is a function that returns a component. So create. See, that's gonna have performance implications, though. Because see, really, all this state is needed. Actually, no, just day map. All right, let's check in with Andrew. I gotta think about that a little bit more. I wonder if he still has a link. Let's see. Yeah, while we're waiting for him, let me think about this. What is this? Want to be famous? Buy followers. Get out of here. the agenda. Yeah, are we gonna split this up? Do 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 do. Check best option. Well, we can pull out. Like, are there any util functions? See, all of these are relying on closure variables. Yo, how'd it go?
Hey, it went well. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So my cat wound up literally jumping desk, and I decided, for cats, and I love cats, I might as well scoop them up and like hold them, figuring he'd just like hang out for like, maybe a minute or so. He wound up staying in my arms for like a solid, at least. I'm gonna have to check the stream.
Wow.
But it was ridiculous.
That's adorable. Wholesome
Reading
content.
documentation.
Wholesome content.
Truly.
So you have a plan of attack?
So now I've read the docs. It's looking pretty promising. I think VS Code, really has a good setup for this, and they use something called debug py, a Python package. Kind of the weird thing that I didn't expect though is you need to have identical source code on the server and on your client, or on the local machine, that is. Yeah, you don't have to have all on the other computer, although you do have to have debug py. But yeah, they want identical source code. I don't know if it's like technically necessary, or maybe it's something to do with like the way that they play with like breakpoints.
But they probably don't have source mapping,
so
they have to assume certain things.
Right. Yeah. But it went well. I think I know exactly next. How about things on your end?
Going good. I refactored one of the components out, and I started the second one, but I realized it's kind of like a ball of mud. Like the components are like relying on closure variables in the parent component, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way of like separating them in a performant way.
What as you think about like refactoring, like what's your sort of, how do you kind of prioritize like what you want to refactor? Because I know, of course, over abstraction is a dangerous path to go down. But at the same time, refactoring is key for keeping code maintainable.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's kind of your metric?
It depends on the scope of the project. So, for this state of the project, I'm not like going really crazy. I need to like ship something. I'm leaning more towards like fast and dirty versus like clean and polished. But in this specific component, it's like unacceptable to have 700 lines in one React component. So it's like, okay, I have to actually pay down this tech debt now while it's still fresh in my mind and I've implemented the feature, versus trying to come back to it in a certain amount of months. Like basically, I do a trade-off of like, okay, how easy will it be to refactor this now? Like right, it's fresh in my mind versus in the future. And if it's easy to do in the future, then I basically punt. But if it's really difficult, like it's a really, like in this case, it's a pretty complex component, then I just bite the bullet and do it now. So it's one of those things where it's like, there is a cost, right, to code. And do you want to pay like, $50 now or $100 in the future? Or do you want to pay $60 now and $80 in the future? So you just got to find the optimization curve sort of that makes sense for the project and the time, and just go with that. There's no one size fits all for refactoring. It just all depends on the current state of the project.
Yeah, I like the notion of, I don't think I've heard before the premise of like refactoring as a function of like your current like mental context,
Yeah.
and that like there's sort of more opportune moments, not just kind of in the context of the general well-being of the project, but also your own kind of mental model of what you've been working on. Because yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm sure you'll be able to knock this out way quicker than if you come back to it in 6 months or whatever.
Yeah. So it's having
Cool,
tech debt is
cool.
good, but too much
Uh,
tech debt and you're screwed. You know?
right. Yeah, especially on those, on projects that people aren't paying you to do. Could be or whatever. You gotta cultivate your own motivation more so.
Exactly.
Um, nice, man. All right, cool. Well, uh, yeah, I feel like we were synced up. I don't know if like I think we kind of allocated between 5 to 10 minutes for our breaks. I don't know if we want to like if we don't have any kind of additional things to discuss, how we want to
Let's
blow off
just
some
let's just
steam.
let's
Any
just
ideas?
I don't know. What are you listening to?
I got some lo-fi hip hop beats playing on
Lo-fi hip hop.
Spotify.
Are you worried about
Yeah,
what's that called? Not DRM. Like when someone has copyrighted music and we're streaming?
yeah, man. I'm bait. I'm gonna sink like the Titanic if they hit me with one of those.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's YouTube channels that are copyright free. That's what I listen to when I stream. On the very small
Interesting.
off chance that I want to monetize these YouTube videos in the future, right?
Yeah, wow, that's a really good idea. I mean, lo-fi hip hop beats are like super, let's say, democratized in terms of
Yeah. There's probably some AI generating them.
production. So, you know what? That would be a fun project.
You can definitely do
I
it.
should put that on my yeah. Yeah, no, it's 100%, 100% a good. I really like that idea. That's nice. Um, how about you? What are you listening to? What's your copyright free? Send
Uh
me your copyright free stuff because I should look into that.
yeah, I just look for YouTube channels that have like hashtag no copyright music. So the one I'm listening to now is let's see. It's just called Audio Library, music for content creators. It's let me send it to you. It's
That's
so
so generic.
generic. But you know what? It's like halfway decent.
Okay,
Let me send it to you in the chat. It's not like
cool.
great, but
What kind is it? What is it?
you can just click on it and see.
All right.
I sent it in the Jitsi chat.
I'm trying not to show all my Facebook conversations. Okay, here we go. Or wait, did you put in the Jitsi
Yeah,
chat?
it's in the Jitsi chat.
Okay.
It's just kind of like generic, like I don't even know how to describe it. Electronica, maybe.
Okay. Oh, there's YouTube ads though.
YouTube ads.
Oh,
What are you doing over there?
I don't know. That's what I skipped it, but
Got to get some
okay.
ad blockers.
Yeah, no, believe me, I'm all set up. It doesn't actually show the ad. It just
Okay.
shows the skip ad. Okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah, it's just
Sort
that
of like
for like 4 hours.
atmospheric, electric kind of
Sure,
music.
sure, yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah, maybe I could find one of these for lo-fi hip hop beats.
Probably.
So, do you search? I feel like there's like a Creative Commons search or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. You can search for like specifically no music that doesn't have a copyright.
Gotcha. Hmm. Yeah,
Just
yeah,
a tip.
definitely. That's a great. I'm super glad you brought this up because yeah, that would be
You're gonna get all your videos taken
annoying.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this cat content is too. Or
The
can you
internet
get
needs
cat
it.
and coding in the same screen?
Exactly.
All right, nice.
Are we gonna jump back into a Pomodoro?
Yeah, it sounds good. We could figure out how we'll fill our next breaks when we come to it next.
Okay.
All right, nice.
So I'll see you at
So it's our
8:20.
56 here. 22 maybe.
22. That's a lucky number.
Cool.
8:22.
All
See
right,
you
see you
then.
then.
All right. Where were we? Man, I need a cat. It sounds like a great time having a cat. All right, so we have a conundrum here with our refactoring. We have a conundrum. Wait, what is going on? Why is this my... So the problem is all these simple components are relying on these closure variables, right? So the date agenda, what does it need? It needs the day map, has maybes, is day checked. Yeah, because is day checked needs the all options. Option set, option key map. Check best option. So I almost think that this stuff should just be passed in. Like so, right? Date agenda. Date agenda. Where is this being used? Oh, I see. I see. Oh, that's why the performance is suffering. Because I see what's going on. This component is being recreated on every render. Date agenda. Yeah, how can we... Shoot. Is day checked? Yeah, I see now what's going on. Day prop getter, slot prop getter, custom styles. This is all done. Sort by start time. Localizer. Let's just pull this out too. Just to be clean here. So, this can go to the top. This is like a nice bonus to enable sorting on the columns. See, all this stuff is tied together because it all comes in as time range options. So time range options, I merge it with local time ranges in the current selection. Viewing date time range map. So these two maps are what everything's based off of. Check best option. So given a time range, check the option map. We could refactor this out, right? Because this just relies on the option users map, which relies on the options key map. So we could just pass all options to a custom hook. Let me think about this. Yeah, yeah. So time, range, hooks. We're gonna use custom hooks for this. So check best option has maybes. No, not this one, just this one. Check best option. I want to move all this to hooks. Set is edit mode. Users by ID. Toggle time range. Time range box. Oh, toolbar can come out. That's an easy one. Maybe we should do that one next. Cancel. Like, all of this. I want to do something dramatic here, okay? I'm not even sure if this is going to work. I want to take all of this. Okay. Start of week. I want to take all of this. Option set, option key map, selected options, check best option, has maybes, is day checked, is date indeterminate, toggle time range, toggle day, has time range, on time range options changed. Viewing date. So all of these I'm gonna delete and put in the hooks. Okay? This is gonna be crazy. Use time range hooks. Okay. Jesus. Export default. Use time range hooks. And then I need all this stuff. People in the avatar. No, not this. This, and this is gonna need so much stuff. This is gonna need well, let's like look at it. Oh, I needed these two as well. Oh shit. Time range options. Time range options, and selection. I think that's all it needs. And users. Users by ID. What's this? What is this used for? Okay. So what I'm gonna do now. Yeah, this is gonna work, I think. I'm gonna export all this shit from this here. So return users by ID. Option set. Wait. Option set, where's that? Oops. Events. No, I'm just gonna return events. Well, option set. This is an implementation detail of this. So instead, let's do it like this. Events equals sort by yes. Okay, and then events is, good lord. Events, users by ID. This is going to be a big one. Option key map. Option users map. Maybe option users map. Selected options. So we need the viewing date. Is edit mode. Viewing date is edit mode. On select slot. On selecting slot. Okay. What else? On cancel edit time ranges. On cancel edit time ranges. On navigate. These are all the callbacks basically. Users by ID, we already passed that. Toggle time range. Toggle time range. Toggle day. Has time range. Check best option. That's it. Okay. What's this? On selecting slot. Oh. On select slot. Okay, so I think these are all the callbacks that are needed. User ID, what's this? User ID is not defined. That's a prop, so I gotta pass that in. Users. User ID. Let's see. On change as well, huh? This is a lot of logic, man. On edit mode. On edit time ranges. Oh. okay, I do need that. On edit mode change. On edit mode change. Oh, that's another prop. On edit mode change, and then I have to pass out the on edit time ranges. Okay, I think this is good. I think this is all the hooks that are needed. I don't need this stuff either. Let's get rid of this. This. Do need navigate though. And then don't need react actually. And then don't need prop types. Yeah, don't need prop types. Okay. So now I should be able to do this. Gush here. I should be able to say const equals use time range hooks, and then pass in these. Okay. I guess toggle day is not needed. Like, we want this component just to be view. Okay. So date agenda. Import date agenda from date agenda. And the date agenda, we didn't finish that one actually. That one is also going to need some hooks. Not all of them, but a good amount. Use time range hooks. Where's that? Here. Down to we've down to 300 lines. So we cut it in half. I think maybe we should just leave them in. Let's try this for now. Time agenda, day agenda, and then get this out of here. See what that does. Is day checked? Is not defined. What? I didn't export that? Toggle day. Oh, I did. Okay. I day indeterminate. Toggle day. Alright. Lines is still pretty bad. I mean, it's better than what we had, but see, the root problem and why we can't make this nice and small is this right here, is that these components have these specific props and they rely on the closure variables, so I can't split them out into another function and use hooks. Because whenever you say like use in a component, it actually creates another, it's not global to the app, it creates another one, closure for that component. I mean, this is at least, you know, what is this, 400 lines of logic. I could also refactor this logic to be cleaner. But I don't know, there's diminishing returns with the refactoring. Like maybe I'm fine with this being the UI. Let's see how that is. What do you guys think? Good amount of red. So you basically pulled all of this logic and all this red into a custom hook. Yeah. Did we break anything? See, it's still pretty slow. Still pretty slow. I think it's just the handlers that are being recreated on every render, which causing the performance. So let's commit what we have, because this is at least better, right? What's this? What's this complaining about? Missing props validation. Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Get date. Props validation. I almost think we should just disable props validation for this whole. User ID is already in the upper scope. Oh yeah, it is, huh? Alright, at this point, I think we're gonna just disable props validation for this whole file. Because this is like good enough. You know, 300 lines is not that giant first for a component. And then also disable props validation for the whole file. Yes, and disable props validation. I think it's React, right? Props validation. Let's see if that works. Prop types. Yeah. Wait, what's this about? Day is defined and never used. Oh. See? I missed that totally legit. Okay. Oops. Disable this one. Disable this one. This one. This one. Oh. User ID. Get rid of that one. This one as well. Okay. Yeah, this is manageable. This logic is just too much here. Alright, commit that. The performance though I'm gonna have to address for sure. For sure. Oh, same thing. Same thing here too. Wait, what time did we say? 8:22? Yeah, I think we said 8:22. Wow, that freaking flew by. That's 25 minutes already? Gosh, good gosh. Assignment to property of function parameter. No param reassign. Let's just leave them in line. That's fine. I know what I'm doing there. Same, yeah. I'm surprised that's a ESLint rule. I thought this is a common reduce use case. Okay, that's good. Date agenda we're gonna delete. It's not worth the effort of splitting out. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. So let's commit that and then focus on performance. Make sure we didn't break anything. Yeah, see, that's really bad. That should be instant. Why is it taking a full second? Is it a hook or hooks? It's a custom hook. Yeah, see, this is what we like to see. We like to see red. Okay, commit that. Now performance. First of all, let's just see how often we're rendering here. Selection. No sign of Andrew? I'll leave myself unmuted. So render. Clear this. Oh my god. Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was called 6 times when I clicked on this. What in the hell? First, let's just try simple memo. Let's see what we got here. Ah, there he is.
Hey.
What is up?
I am late is what is up.
I thought you were gonna stand me up on our second stream.
No, yeah, sorry,
You're in
I just
the flow
lost
state.
track of time. Yeah, I was like one might call frustration flow state.
Frustration flow state. Very good.
Why won't it work? So, but
so,
yeah.
So no dice, no luck yet.
Not yet. I mean, I'm getting kind of. This is the thing about things that are hard to debug. It's like you don't really know how close you are.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's like I'm getting signal that like things are kind of talking, but they're certainly not like just working. And so, yeah, we're close, but not quite there. I think maybe.
So you do have data flow. You do have connection.
Well, here's the signal that I have. So I can run the command locally, and it'll bind the port. It'll bind a port. Okay. I think the right port on my desktop, and then on my laptop, I have the VS Code set up so that it, like when I run the debugger, what happens is it runs and then immediately stops. But if I say, change the IP address, instead of it doing that, it like kind of like freezes and then will eventually time out. So I'm getting like the kind of behavior that suggests it's like different from if it was totally wrong, if that makes sense.
Is the IP address like a local IP, like 168 or whatever?
So this is probably the source of the issues, is that like, so right now I'm using the IP address of essentially my router's IP address. And then the router through port forwarding connects a certain port. I wonder, talking about it out loud, it's so helpful. I wonder if it like actually requires me to use port like 5, 6, 7, 8 or something for debugging.
Yeah, usually it does. In Node, it's like a very specific like 9098 or something. And
okay,
it's
interesting.
Listening on that port only.
Got it. So maybe I will set up port forwarding as my next Pomodoro. Yeah, cool. All right, this has been awesome. Wow.
Yeah, I made good progress. I split out all the logic into a custom hook in React, and so basically the refactor is done. But I want to do a performance pass because I noticed it's a bit laggy when I'm like interacting with the checkboxes and stuff. So I'm gonna go and debug that now, and then it's done.
Hell yeah, man. Got to get that good performance though.
Yeah, it's got to be lightning fast, basically that's the benchmark now for me is native apps. Like if your web app doesn't feel like an iOS app, you got work to do.
Right.
Users shouldn't be able to tell.
2020, like
it's 2020, yeah.
no excuses. Um, on that topic, because I guess that makes sense. Is there anything you want to brainstorm? It seems like you're in a
No, I
solid spot.
just I went right through. It was a lot of
All right.
it's just like basically a typing exercise, you know. Good Vim tutorial.
There you go. Speaking of typing exercises, do you ever do any kind of like typing, like, I don't know, challenge or practice or
No, I don't.
whatever?
I should. We did that at work a few months ago, and I just got wrecked by all the interns. They're typing at like 110, 120 words per minute, and I was like averaging I think at like 80 or something.
Yeah. Although, hey, if you're at 80, like you're
It's good
basically,
enough. To me, it's like a
yeah,
diminishing returns. It's like, okay, to get from where I am to like as good as them is going to take months of practice. But how much the thing is too, by the way, I told the interns, I was like, all right, someone needs to make this, because it was a really popular website for like typing sentences, like Sally went to the store and talked to Sam. So you're just like typing a paragraph that you're reading. I was like, someone needs to make this but for code. So it's like, okay, copy
mhm,
this like JavaScript verbatim. Like I was like, I'll
right.
smoke all you if it's code, but because it's like English, like I'm just not there.
Yeah, I think that's true. There's something called I think it's like a Buddhist tradition called katas, Kata,
Yes, yes.
where it's like some kind of warm up.
Yep.
And I feel like, that would be great coding, like a good kata, you just like you know, warm up with some JavaScript or Python or whatever.
That's actually a great idea. Maybe I should have like three functions that I write, like re-implement like array.reduce or like array.map, and then just do
Yeah,
that every time before I code. Just like run through those three functions. It's probably like 50 lines of code, and just see how fast I can do it with no mistakes
yeah,
before every
yeah,
session, and just burn that into my mind.
yeah. Yeah, I like that. Although the funny thing is, like, I feel like maybe you'd need to be an editor extension or something, because if you think about it, you normally have autocomplete, and
Yeah,
your
that's true.
brain
I do hit tab
probably,
pretty often.
yeah, it's like you're not going to expect to have to like manually type the second curly brace or whatever.
Yeah. Plus, I'm so spoiled with Prettier. Like sometimes I'll just like mash everything, and then you hit Control S and boom, it all auto formats. I tell people, and I'm not
Yeah,
even
yeah,
exaggerating when I say this. In my engineering career, I have one inflection point. There's my life before Prettier and my life after Prettier. Like I used to I used to have to like format my code, like put indent stuff, like oh I forgot a semicolon, oh this brace should be up here. Like I spent time doing that.
yeah,
Like that to me, it seems like madness now. Like I was working on some code base the other
yeah,
day, this Java code base, and they didn't have auto formatting set up. So I'm coding. I hit save, and my code still looks bad. I'm like, what? I hit save again. I'm like, oh no, I can't go back to this world where I have to go and like move the brace, two spaces in. Like I can't do it.
yeah. Yeah, I'm always the guy that if I'm like, whatever, joining a project that doesn't have like a linter, I'm like, I'm sorry, like the first thing I'm gonna do, this isn't why you brought me here, but like
Yeah,
we're gonna add linting right now.
absolutely.
Um, that's just
It's a
yeah,
requirement
it's just the only way, and it catches bugs too.
for
You know,
sure.
um,
Absolutely.
it's yeah, yeah. Totally. I feel like that it like your tool chain, like when people talk about like a 10x developer, it's like
It's the
so
tools.
much of that
Yeah,
is, yeah, it's just like getting out of your own way and like having your tools support you.
that's right. So do you have good linters for Python?
Yeah, I use
What are you using? Pep
Flake
8
8.
for your formatter? You're using Pep 8?
I'm using Flake 8, I
Oh,
think it's
Flake.
called. Yeah. Yeah, the weird thing about Python auto formatters aren't quite as nice because
Yeah,
Python uses indentation, as you know.
exactly.
Uh, so you kind of it doesn't do quite as much for you.
Mm,
But yeah, it's still absolutely necessary. Uh,
for
yeah, gotta
sure.
have it. I don't have a good like remote setup for it though. Like if I'm like using Vim and like SSHing in, um, like I don't have a linter set up for that like use case. Do you have a linter set up for that use case?
Uh, no. If I'm SSHing into a box, I don't. But I do have a like Z shell RC file on my gist, and then I also have my like settings sync for VS Code. So if I'm like on a new VS Code, I just like point it to that gist, and then boom, VS Code's all set up with all my extensions.
Yeah, nice. That's I just I use something called like or like yet another dot file manager, YADM, for that. Yeah, that's good. It's key. All right, nice. I feel like so it's 5:37, must be 8:37 there too. I know you said you have to roll out at 9.
Yeah.
So I guess we could do one more Pomodoro.
Sounds good. Let's take this performance, get it up a notch, and then hopefully you can figure out your networking stuff.
Yeah. Well, we will try.
Worst case scenario, you can use, what's that called? ngrok? Just like forward your port through the internet.
Oh god, I actually used to use it. It's just like so unreliable. And yeah, it's terrifying from a security perspective.
Oh yeah, so. Absolutely. All right, well, cool. Good luck. I'll talk to you in 25.
Yeah, so that's what at 50. Oh, that's past.
Let's do 55. Let's just do meet at 55.
All right, 55. Sounds good.
I'll see you then.
Bye.
All right, so what are we doing here? Performance. What was I doing? Memo. So, okay. Why the hell is this rendering so many times when I just click a freaking checkbox? Okay, so the options are actually changing. The selection is the same though. Huh. Why is this rendering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times? Oh, you know why? Because no, there's only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there's 4. Okay, never mind. Let me think about this. Because theoretically, we should just render twice, right? Because we just changed. When I click on this checkbox, let's go back to the checkbox. On change. Time range checkbox. On change. Here. On change. Toggle. Oh, toggle time range. Toggle time range. Toggle time range. So oh geez. Toggle time range. This should only be called once. I think I have to toggle time range. And it is. Wait, if this is only called once, so toggle time range, what does it do? It calls on change with a new selection. So selection comes in here. Oh, you know what it is? It's the use effect. Where is it? Here. So time range options, time range map. Time range options. See, use effect. I always get into performance issues with use effect. I feel like I don't. I'm not using it properly, or I don't understand it fully. Like, I want to use it like, you know, RxJS, but I don't think that's what it's really for. So what did I call it? Time range options. Time range options. So there's 8. That's right. So let's clear this. So when I click on this, what? This is only once called? Time range map. P range. Oh, I know. It's the parent component. It's this. Where is it? Pod time selector. See this? This is changing. Yeah. This is being called render multiple times. Render pod form. And then I want to see, I think it's, so I have to use callback. No, it's not select pods. What's the thing I'm passing? Pod, oh, time range options. Yeah, duh. Wait. It was used before it was defined. Where did I define it? Here. Yeah, I think render pod form is being called multiple times. And it's passing new. Huh. Let me think about this. Yeah, oh my gosh, see? Undefined 8. 1 2. 1 2. It's being called twice. Huh. Pod time selector. Oh, I wrapped it. Why did I do that? Render pure component. So render pod form, it's called twice. And I bet that calls this, I bet this calls the pure, this thing twice. Time option. So render pure component, yeah, see? Exactly. Okay, that's why. So the parent calls twice, then this calls twice. Now we called it the inner 4 times. This is being called 4 times. But this is... Why is this being... Why is this one being called twice? Users. No, why is this being called twice? Render pod form. Pod members. Oh. Oh. I think that's why we're recreating this array every render. I think that's what it is. Let's clear this. No, still twice. There's got to be a better way of debugging performance issues than what I'm doing. 6 more minutes. So a lot of unnecessary re-renders happening. Yeah, see how fast that ripple responds? On pod params changed. Oh my gosh. Set is dirty. Set pod params. That's why. That's why. That's why. I'm mutating 2 state variables. And is dirty is re-rendering the child component. Oh, I just didn't comment it back in. What? Why is this? Set pod params. pod params. Set pod params 1. I think both of these are being called. Set pod params 2. No. Yeah, I think these are being called. I don't know. It's frustrating. Set pod params. What's going on here? What's going on? Yeah. That's what's happening. Oops. Set pod params. No. Render pod form. I don't understand why this is being called twice. On pod params. Alright, I think it's time to check in with Andrew. Man, failure. Don't know why this is still... It's just slow. Render. Render pod form. Why is this being called twice? I just did this. Yo, yo.
Hey. All right.
I failed. I can't figure out what the performance issue is. No, I shouldn't say that. I know why it's performing badly, but I don't know why it's re-rendering the component. So there's some gap in my knowledge on React hooks that I need to fill, because I think it should be rendering once and it's rendering twice.
Got it. Okay, so that's the nature of the issue is that it's just a re-render problem.
Unnecessary re-render, but I don't know why.
Do you use the Chrome extensions for React?
I do, but I'm not. I don't know how
Um,
to debug. I don't know how to debug
they're pretty
performance
good
issues.
for.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. React
Yeah, it's been a
performance.
few months for me. I would. Yeah. It's the tooling is pretty solid. So I'm sure you'll be able to get to the root of it. Re-renders are definitely the bane of every React developer's experience because it's always like, come on, like how could you not? Why would you re-render this? Is what you find in the end.
Exactly. What about you?
Because
Any luck
React
with
is
your
not very
port?
good at avoiding that. So I kind of took a shortcut in
All
that
right.
instead of going through the
And rock.
open internet, I just went locally.
Okay.
No, not a, it's a clean shortcut. It's just it only works if I'm connected to the network, which considering we're in quarantine, I think is a safe assumption. Um, and so yeah, so the good news is I got it working.
All right. Congrats. That's awesome. Can you share
Thank
your
you.
screen? Can I see it?
Yeah. Well, you don't believe me?
No, I believe you. I just want to see like
I'm just joking.
what
I'm
the
just
VS
joking.
Code like looks like, the debugger. So you're using the native VS Code debugger?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, give me 1 second,
Okay.
and I will application window. Uh, huh, screen. I don't know why it's going to render on that one, but we're just going to go with it. Um, I had to enable Chrome to be able to see my screen.
Oh yeah, that's like a new
Give me a second.
Catalina thing.
But yeah, you will. Yeah, I have to quit it. So lame.
All right, we can
Um,
just show it next
let's see. It's
screen.
weird because I'm seeing here. Let's just try
Oh,
this. Maybe this
I
will
can
just
see it.
work.
Yeah.
Yep, seems like it just worked. Okay, cool. So let's see. I forgot if it's running on my end or not, but yeah. So suffice to say, uh,
Python
in a
training dash m
moment it should attach
lscm.
unless I.
So
Yeah, give
where
me
are you putting the
one
debugger?
moment. I think I need to. Okay.
I see. Debug pi listen 5678.
Oh God.
Did you pick that port? 5678?
Yeah. So you can see I use this is my local uh, IP address and then or private IP, and this is the debugger port that they use in all the documentation.
Okay.
So I think that was as a part of our conversation the key thing. For some reason, it seems to have like crashed.
It
So I'm
looks
just
like
gonna
it says
kill that.
beginning
We're gonna
training.
rerun it.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it was attached and that's
So
why
let's just
it
try that
didn't
again.
return. So a lot of times, like if you
I
have
think that
a
could be it.
yeah, a lot of times if you have a debugger session, you can't just like control C the parent. Like
I'll just say
it
that at least
catches
it's
like
on
the sig
stream that
int.
it worked. Yep. Um, yeah, this should do it.
Wait, your video is behind your audio.
Okay, I'm gonna try loop. So I just did a mouse loop and said loop at the same time. I don't know if that actually happens.
Oh wow, yeah, you're like almost
Okay.
10 seconds behind.
How we doing? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, but your video feed's way slow.
I see. Yeah, it feels actually really laggy too. Um,
Maybe Are you
Oh
maybe your
god.
laptop can't handle the remote debugging and streaming and running.
Okay,
Like your CPU is
was
probably
it?
cranking right now.
Could be. Yeah, here, we could throw a little H top in there for
What's the percentage?
oh yeah,
Oh boy.
99.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's also dual. Oh wait, no, this is a
quad
quad
core.
core. Okay, I think we're back. We're back. Let's try this one more time. All right, boom, nice. There you go. Okay, so they're
Nice.
attached.
Can you like
And
inspect
so here,
torch? Because are there local local variables?
there are. So I have this model type defined. I can even let's try and do the debugger. So
So
get the
you're debugging
time.
on the beefy like PC with the GPU?
That's right.
Nice.
And to prove it, so this method is checking if
CUDA,
essentially CUDA is available, which is dependent on there being
NVIDIA chip,
a
yeah.
dedicated NVIDIA GPU. So on my laptop, this block of code is what's executed, and on either my desktop or up in the cloud, it's this block.
Yeah.
So we're gonna skip forward. Let's see what we get. Bam.
Nice.
So we are confirmed running CUDA right now. So
Wow,
there
awesome.
you have it.
That's super cool. Remote debugging of Python machine learning. This is great.
Yep.
Did you
Yeah.
were you following a blog post or something? I was gonna say like you should write a blog post.
I just did it the old-fashioned way and read the documentation. Microsoft has some good documentation at visualstudiocode.com
What was the
or
gotcha? What was the
visualstudio.com
networking
even.
gotcha?
So I think it was when we were talking last. I think the key really was just using the wrong port. I should
Oh,
have
okay.
just been using 5, 6, 7, 8,
Okay, well there you go.
whereas I was using just some random large number. Uh, do you use VS Code as well?
Yeah, I love VS Code.
Nice. Yeah, yeah. It's if you ever want to do this, let me know. It's definitely worth it. I'm super excited playing around with this more. I'm gonna stop screen sharing.
All right, what a good session. We both achieved our goal. I mean, the performance thing is like
Hell yeah.
was the not the goal, but I do still want to take a look at it later when I have fresh brains.
Yeah, that seems like some gravy. Well, hey, when I think my friends and I will be able to deal with the lag. When are we gonna
Yeah,
be able to use the feature?
I'm definitely not gonna let the performance be a blocker for launching, but I would like to have it nice and snappy. But that can be a fast follow.
Yeah. So can we get the invites going? Is it ready?
Well, yeah, I just gotta merge. I have to do another code review and then merge this branch, and I'll send the invites out later this week, hopefully by Friday.
By Friday. Oh my God.
Well,
I feel like
I have to do another PR to like do the invite. I mean, right now there's just a single code I use for local testing,
okay.
but I want to create like special codes for each of the people I invite, just as a security measure. So it'll take
I see.
a little while
All right.
because this is live in production.
Well, I think I
It's
know
just
what that
the
means.
only thing blocking it is this like you need a code to enter to log in.
Gotcha. I think I know what that means. It means we need to do more live streams.
That's right. That is right.
So
We will start planning them on Peapods.
hell yeah. All right,
All right,
man.
man. I gotta
Well,
run.
yeah, likewise. This has been solid. I'll see you later.
All right, later, Andrew. All right, should we continue on this? Maybe I should look into using this React Performance React Perf Dev tool. I think at this point, instead of just throwing darts, oh yeah. Actually, no, this won't help me because this just tells you how many components rendered. I already know it's rendering twice. No, this is not what I want. This is a general perk tool. I want to know exactly why this component's re-rendering. Alright, well, what I did was just comment out everything but my time selector. Still rendering twice. Why the heck is it rendering twice? What if we just hard code all this? What if we just do this? So now it's just, it should only like, yeah, I don't see why this should render twice. Pod form. Oh. Oh, I know why. It's because the app is rendering twice. Like the modal itself is rendering twice. Huh? What? Oh gosh. Alright, I'm done throwing darts at this. I have to find a better way to debug performance issues. I just want to know, like, what is... Undefined, undefined. Render pod, render pod. Doesn't make any sense. Is mobile. Okay, it's the GraphQL mutation that's doing this double rendering. That is for sure what's causing it. Let's fix that later. Stream shit is done. Thanks for following along. To do fix double rendering perf issue. All right, guys, we're checking out. See you next time.